Yo, what's going down, Commander? I see a few people asking about the Meteor Storm and R1 Mantis, which one to upgrade, blah, blah, blah. And I thought I'd weigh in, give you my 2 cents, and maybe it'll help you make a choice for yourself, basically. I went with the Meteor. The only reason I went with the Meteor, it's not a good unit on its own. It really isn't a good unit, but it does provide a talent. Is it a talent? Or is it just a standard part of the unit, delivering astonishing punishment from its missiles, while also creating damage resistant zones for other Equinox units? That's why I've got it. It's got a damage resistant zone. The Meteor Storm always makes an impact. The damage on it's not very good. I hold my hands up to that. It isn't very good, but it also has a talent at level 11, which is here, which is the 500 flat plus 500 flat damage. Now, the flat damage, it feels like Kicks are starting to move away from. They've got a new guy running the company by the looks of it, and his ideas are more important than anything else that previously come before it. That's the reason I've took it to, well, I've got it to 14, going to 15. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. The R1 Mantis, on paper, the R1 Mantis is a much better unit. I'm probably going to stop once it goes to 15, I'm probably going to stop this and at least get this one to 11. This is the only one out of the group, other than the Spatula, which was before Retaliation started, that didn't get any upgrade logistics for it. The Meteor Storm has got 4-hour upgrade logistics. The Meteor Storm has got none. So it's one of them ones, you're stuck in a rock and a hard place. Personally, I'd take the Meteor Storm to 11, just for that flat damage reduction. And then, as I say, I'm going back to the R1 Mantis. There is other things I want to put in there, though, guys. I do not do the base units. Or, sorry, I take the base units to level 10. Excuse me. Within the event that they come out on. So I can add all the tech to them. And then after they go to level 10, I do not upgrade them with time. I use purely upgrade logistics bought out of the events for them. I think I've got a couple of more upgrade logistics for this one in the bank. And what I'll do is I'll use that afterwards. If you look, my Pillims are level 17. I'm 99.9% sure I can take them to 20 with the logistics that I've bought from the events over the last couple of weeks. I don't use them, so they're not high on the priority, so I forget about them. But yeah, I only use time to level 10 during the main event that these standard units come out on, and then I'll use the upgrade logistics to upgrade these, and I work on my uniques after that. So as I say, Meteor Storm I would go to 11 because of that flat damage reduction. I don't think that's going to portray much longer into the game. It ain't going to. I think Kicks are moving away from the flat damage reduction, I'm going to be honest with you guys. So take it to 11. Hopefully you get a bit of use out of it. It is the highest, or one of the highest flat damage reduction units we've got in the standard platoons. I think PvP you've got some bigger ones, or some on the same level, I'm not too sure. But yeah, 11 for that. Then go back to the Mantis. The reason I would go back to the Mantis is because it's got damage. It's got talents that make massive damage. If you look at the level 1 talent, plus 100% damage to air and vehicles. Gains tracking for air versus air. This thing does miss fast moving targets. But if you can get something to stand still, this thing normally shoots them maybe 2 volleys. And then 11 vehicles hit with explode upon the death, dealing splash damage to nearby enemies at 150 units. I think the 150 units is basically range. As I say, I can't test it because I haven't got it to 11. And then at level 21, more splash damage. This, on paper, this is a much better unit than the Mantis, but the Mantis does get a flat damage reduction at 11. So really, you want to take it to elite level 11. Then go back, work on the Mantis, and I think the Mantis will prove to be a better unit as we move forward down the months. I'm still caught in two minds whether to get this guy to 30, but I think 21 for now. Let's see what he gets. 10,000 health per level. and nearly 1,000 DPS per level. That DPS to me feels kind of fake. That 12,000 DPS, it feels the numbers ain't correct, but who am I to judge? It just, I think KixEye sometimes throw numbers at a unit that ain't really true. But yeah, this is probably the best unit we've got right now, alongside the Dr. Ake. But if you're picking between these two, 11 for Meteor Storm, then go with the Mantis. That's what I would do personally. And as I say, the base units, just go to 10 during the main event. Then all just logistics, upgrade logistics. Once you get it to 10, the jump isn't massive as in terms of DPS and health. You want to get it to 10 so you can get all them free techs on it, basically. Hopefully this video helps you out a little bit. It is a bit, again, I'm second questioning myself all the time when I'm doing things like this, but I'm going back to the Mantis, R1 Mantis very shortly. Once this goes to 15, back onto that, I'm going to get it to at least Elite level 11. So that will be a usable unit after that. It isn't very usable how it stands now. It does do a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. Kills things pretty quick, but just, yeah, I'm not sure. I wish KixEye, the workshop tech for these, by the way, both of these units, a joke. There's no fault put into it. Why they've put high altitude tech on them is beyond me. We cannot use them in our base. The only thing that we're killing in a player's base with high that is high altitude is the Pegasus, and maybe some what do you call them, aces. That's it. There's no bases on the world map. There's no Malachi base on the world map anymore that we need a high altitude killer. So why have they given these two units high altitude tech? It boggles the mind. That gold tech is a waste. And KixEye, it just show me you don't play your game by showing me you don't play the game. Basically, at this point, they've got no clue what the fucking game needs right now. And what they'd do is to compensate, if they do watch this video, if they follow me and watch my videos, they'd probably put some high altitude into some bases now, in some PvE bases, just to prove me wrong. But it's KixEye 101. They don't know what they're doing at this moment. It feels like everything KixEye are doing is to counter the players. The fun in the game is being zapped by KixEye trying to claw at the coin. And it's just a shame. And there's, as I say, many players are leaving. But it is what it is. Hopefully I'll give you a little bit of information. This probably won't affect a lot of players. You've probably made your mind up and picked the unit you want. But I thought I'll see a few people asking, and hopefully I can help them out. Take care, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.